We just play football. If you're not coming with it to win, then you're going to get your ass whooped.
This is what this team is all about right now. Yeah, it's just such a good game, man. It was really, really fun to watch. But I want to bring in Carlton Davis here and listen to what he had to say, because this is what this team is all about right now. And I thought it was a great take by him. You know, if you want to beat the Lions, you know, you got to bring your best. So let's bring in Carlton Davis. I'm not going to bring in the video, but I will bring in the audio. Let's take a listen to what he said.
Don't you have the mindset of, then stop us?
Yeah.
It's not our job.
Oh, yeah. Like, if people got problems with what we're doing or complaining about it, then they could just come out here and play better football. Or they could, I mean, that's the only thing, that's the only problem, that's the only fix to this problem,
Right.
You know? Just come out here and we're welcoming it, too. Like, we don't shy away from nothing. We're going at you whether you want to, whether you're good or bad. We're going at you the same way every week.
Does it make you chuckle a little bit, though? Because a couple weeks ago, Xavier McKinney's like, oh, they're embarrassing teams out there. I mean, just stop us, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I guess you can like laugh at it, but at the same time, it's serious business. Like, it's not as if we're taking it for a joke. Like, this is serious business, and like when you come to our stadium, when you know we're coming out to play you guys, take it serious because we're bringing everything we got. So that's the message.
Thank you.
Serious business, says Carlton Davis. We're going to give you everything, so you got to come and play, man. You got to come to our house. We got to go to your house, whatever it is. We're coming to give you everything we have. We're emptying the tank on you guys. And you know, shout out to Xavier McKinney. You're damn right we're trying to embarrass the business. We have 65 years of a trash organization that we have, you know, a lot of paybacks, right? We have a ton of paybacks, and they're all coming. We're trying to come and slap everybody in the face in the NFL right now because y'all done talk so much trash about us for so many years. And we finally have an opportunity to well, we should stay humble, absolutely. But we finally have an opportunity to show the NFL that we can do it, right? It may have taken a long time, but now we're here, and we absolutely don't want to let it go. It can be ripped away at any moment. We lost another amazing piece to this defense in Alex Anzalone yesterday. Alex Anzalone is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken forearm. I was sitting right there when Eric was right there too, watching Alex walk across, and you could see the trainer had his arm holding his forearm together. Initially, it looked like it was a wrist, but it ended up being the forearm. It is broken, so it'll be 6 to 8 weeks. He'll be back. He'll be back definitely by playoffs. Maybe the second week of playoffs would probably be the best bet, but definitely Super Bowl. He should be back for it, and he'll have nice fresh legs. So we've already lost Aiden Hutchinson. We've already lost Derek Barnes. So it can happen. But this is why I keep stressing to the point that if you don't worry so much about sacks and you don't worry so much about the pressures, even though pressure is needed, right? It's everybody on the team has to play at a different level. You can't just depend on one guy or another guy. And Carlton, by what he's saying is, we're going to give you everything we have because everybody's coming to play. It's not just one guy you have to worry about. It's everybody on this team.
How exhilarating is it to beat a team that bad? I mean, second time this year, you guys put up 50.
For real? That's the second time? I thought it was our third time. Didn't we do somebody else like that? We got the ass, though. Shit. We got the ass.
Cowboys probably should have been 50.
If you really not coming ready to play, like we gonna give you BTA for sure.
Do you think that's what it is? I'm not coming, like, because I know Xavier McKinney said earlier that you guys seem like you're trying to embarrass people. I don't know.
We just play football. If you're not coming with it to win, then you're gonna get your ass whooped. Like,
It absolutely is time, man. I have no doubt right now that the Lions shouldn't just clean house the rest of the season. I really feel that way. I don't think that there's a team on our slate of the schedule for the rest of the season that can really beat us. To Dan Campbell's point, if we are playing our brand of football, nobody can touch us. Nobody calling my calls. So before the game, posted it on Twitter, and let me see, it was before the game at 21 hours ago.
Yep.
I said, Kerby Joseph, I tagged him, and I said, I can't wait to see at jkerb25 getting his hands on some pigskin today. So I called another pick, and this is the second game that I called a pick for Kerby that he got it. Now, someone fired back saying, I think everyone is calling for picks for Kerby, which I think everyone is. I just looked at it from a different perspective. Like, this is a game I do expect him to get one. Based on the matchup, it's Mac Jones, it's the Jaguars, it's Kerby Joseph, it's Brian Brandt, it's going to happen. So I'm hoping that Kerby realizes, man, I got you back. Going to need some signed jerseys here pretty soon for Rockhound Cancer Foundation. Hopefully he honors the request when they get sent in, but he's playing at such an elite level, man. And you know what? It's not just Kerb. It's Branch. It's Carlton. It's Amik. It's Terry and Arnold. I know that, you know, there's quite a few Detroit Lions fans out there that are worried about Terry and Arnold. I saw it earlier in the chat. You know, hopefully Arnold doesn't burn us in a playoff game. I don't think it's going to happen. I see Arnold getting better week after week after week. And yesterday was no different. Here's what I saw. Here are some notes that I took. On the one tackle by Amik when he was flying across the field. Dude's a Scud missile, man. He absolutely lays the wood. Branch, hardest hitting safety in the league. Yesterday, I forgot who he laid out there close to the sideline, but Branch was playing with a chip on his shoulder like, flag me for this, fine me for this, because it was such a clean hit. No flag, shouldn't be a fine. Terry and Arnold, like I just said, getting better week by week by week. Kerby, absolutely on fire right now. All right, so yesterday there was a call out that we need a nickname for Branch and Kerb.
Yeah.
And I think Woodward put one out. So I'm gonna try to up it. Let's get some votes going. Here's what I went with, and I'm gonna explain why. When you think about defense, I'll shout it out to Trace, right? Trace was in the Army, and she was just saying that her unit in the Army was shooting down those Scud missiles out of the sky, which is, again, I absolutely appreciate your service to this country. That's what I went with. I went with military style of call signs, because when I view these guys on defense, it's like a well-oiled military unit. Like, these guys are just back there operating at such a high level. So I'm thinking, all right, no fly zone, F-16 fighter jets, right? Or bones, the B-1s or whatever you want to call them. So I'm thinking, what can I come up with these guys? And I went with Shadow and Reaper. And Shadow and Reaper are frequently used as tactical call signs in the military. And the connotations are stealth, power, and elusiveness, which we have with these two guys. They're ball hawking, stealthy, right? Blending with the back walls, they try to say against the Rams. Power, Branch, the hardest hitting safety in the league. Elusiveness, which is Kerby when he's, finding his way to the ball. But Shadow would suggest a covert or reconnaissance role, operating in secrecy and often undetected. Reaper implies a more aggressive and potentially destructive role, often associated with a force that brings about an end or a significant change, which Branch does quite often. So Shadow and Reaper, that's what I'm going with. If you guys like it, start posting that all over Twitter. Make sure you tag at Will Rock Jr. on Twitter. I'll post it again today, or here, I'll post it right now. I love it, man. I like the Shadow and Reaper. It's up to you guys to make it happen.
Next one. Kerby Joseph will win Defensive Player of the Year.
Kerby Joseph will win Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. The last time a safety did it was Troy Polamalu.
I think that he and Branch should be in the top 10.
Yep.
For sure. In the top 10 voting. I think it should be a tough battle between those two. Here's what I would say. Do I believe that they both deserve a shot? Yes. Do I think that they're going to get it? No. And that's because it's just the way it's voted. And it seems like it's always a damn edge rusher, and it's not always the best player.
Yeah.
I think it's harder. I think it's harder to get an interception than it is to get a sack. I absolutely do. I think it's harder to do what these safeties are doing and what this DB group is doing than it is to get a sack or a pressure.